I've always told people that Disney is our safe place. It's the place that we go because I know that we're going to be taken care of. And this trip has put doubt in my mind about that. And that is making me anxious. It's day 6, and I'm not sure what we're doing, but we're starting with breakfast. Adam was too hungry to wait to take a picture of his food. What did you get?
Mushrooms, peppers, onions, jalapenos, and cheese.
In an omelet.
In an custom order. Takes about, I'll say about 7 minutes because there's a line, but yes, pretty good. Yeah, so I'm gonna dig in.
So did you have to carry it?
No, they give you a number and you tell them what section you're in. And so once they come and they'll find you and pop it off right there, bring you utensils and all sorts.
And that was because of the omelet, not because of the wheelchair?
Yes, because of the omelet itself, yes.
Okay.
Not because of the wheelchair.
So you'll see what happens when you try to go get other stuff?
Yes, we'll see what happens with other stuff. Yeah, but I'm going to eat the omelet first, and then I'm going to go and grab something else.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting with my coffee because I special ordered. You can speak to a chef and they will make sure that your food allergies are taken care of, and so I'm just waiting now. They took down my, they asked where I was sitting and what I wanted, and they're going to do their best to make that happen. It's worth noting that I generally despise Lido Deck type coffee, or buffet coffee, that's what I wanted to say, buffet coffee. But here they use Joffrey's, and so it's actually really good. Windjammer, whatever they call, I think they call it Lido Deck on Carnival, don't they? Those other ones taste like sludge. Like, I can't drink it. But here it's actually decent coffee. So it's enjoyable coffee here.
Usually,
I special ordered my meal because of my gluten allergies and my allergy to peas, and so they were able to check all the ingredients and make sure that it had, there was safe. I wasn't sure particularly about the Mickey waffles because sometimes the gluten-free products have pea protein in them, or pea flour, either of which I'm allergic to. But they had it, so which is fine. The other thing about special ordering is that when you're on these cruise ships, usually the scrambled eggs are like the egg powder because they're mass produced. But these, they had to make special, so they're real nice. So I'm excited about that.
A few moments later.
Alrighty, heading off the ship again. I'm heading back out to Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. Today is a different day than yesterday or the other day we came out here because it's much cooler, I believe. It's still overcast. Fantasy. Alright, headed to the island right now. Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna zip over there. Brooke should have some video of the long pier I need to go down. But overall, it's breezy again. I don't think you guys want to see me driving all the way down there, so I'm gonna pause it while I head down. So I just had a very interesting conversation with my driver. We started talking about the little crabs. They're either called black crabs or white crabs. And currently it is the mating season. And so he said there's a lot of them out there. And I asked him, do they eat them? He says, yeah, they do. But they have to clean them out ahead of time, which basically you catch them and you put them in a pot or whatever and feed them like vegetables and stuff. Because they're scavengers, they eat everything else. But it takes a couple weeks for them to flush out their system by putting like leaves and like stuff that is going in, like watermelon rind, watermelon leaves, and things like that. So he said that, yeah, they do eat them. They get pretty big also. So I guess that's just something new. A little bit of tidbit info about the crabs here, land crabs here. I think I'm gonna pick this one up. Take back with me. This is the second duck that I've found. So I'm gonna pick it up and I guess say I found it. It looks like Disney provides chairs and those for people who want to use. I've seen a lot of them out here right now. So I guess if you want to borrow one for your kids who doesn't feel like walking too far, you can grab one right outside the tram station. We'll see. Here she comes. Go, Brooke.
That will be on that side. Yep, perfect.
Alrighty, another section to see. Wheelchair ramp. Does it go down to the beach? Or how far close to water can I get? There is a stone or patio there here, but that's as far as I can get. The issue would be getting over that. That goes up and over a little dune right there. Yeah, there really is no way for me to get to the water yet. And I don't see any of those beach wheelchairs. So no beach wheelchair, no water for Adam. I think I can go, I can make it that way. No? Well, it looks like beside the Reef and Wreck pool bar, we can get down to beach or to the beach or the sand dunes. So potentially this is one area. If you had a beach wheelchair, you could come all the way down and get super close to the water. It does look like there's a stone patio there, but I'm not going to chance it and go in there. So if they had beach wheelchairs here, I could potentially go to the water this way. This is as close as you're going to get to the water. From all the locations I found so far, this is the closest. Compared to the first time we came here, today the seas look much rougher and it's much more windy. But it is not as hot as it was the other day.
So I'm back in the room. After breakfast, I probably spent about 2 hours on the phone with first the company that is dealing with Adam's wheelchair and the repairs, which didn't turn out the way that I hoped, but it's going to be okay. And then I had to talk to JetBlue to arrange for accommodations, because basically we're going to have to give up the wheelchair that he's using now, be without a chair as we go through the airport to get to, and then flight, and then my car, and then they will have another chair delivered to our house. So that's what's going to work best for us, given all the different options that we went through. And after all that, I'm a little bit emotionally exhausted. And, so if you've been watching the channel, I was recently dealing with some stuff, and I'm trying to learn self-care and taking care of myself. And, today we're at Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. And I was like, oh, I got to get out there for the second stop. And then I was like, no, I don't. What I want right now is to be in the air conditioning, to organize the footage we do have, to make sure we have what we need so that I can sort of clear that mental space about that, where I was sort of worrying, do we have enough stuff? Are we going to be able to make videos? And I got myself room service. I've been struggling with the food here a little bit, long story. And so I decided to get myself a lovely gluten-free cheese platter and some coffee, and I got a little hot chocolate to put in the coffee, which is a bit of a treat. And I have this amazing view, and I'm working on footage, and this has been great, because I mean, dealing with that stuff, I am grateful that I am able to handle that stuff for Adam, but it can be emotionally exhausting, right? Because you're just sort of anxious about, am I going to be able to get them to give us a solution that's going to work for him? Is this going to be okay? Are we going to be stuck? All of that. And so, so excuse me while I drink my coffee for one and my cheese platter. And Adam did decide to go out, and he's getting some more footage, some more POV around the island. We're going to see if they actually brought the wheelchairs. He wouldn't have used it anyway because, well, for one, it's a lot to get him in the water, and I think it just, it's physically exhausting for him. It's also physically exhausting for me. When we travel with more people, then we will try to get him to the beach and get him in the water a little bit. But I think he knows that I couldn't do that by myself. It's too much. And plus, if you've never pushed a full adult in a beach wheelchair, let me tell you, it's not a simple task. And when I'm realizing that at Lookout Cay, you would have to push them for quite a while. So not sure how that's going to work, but we still wanted to make sure that they did them for people who do need them. And so he's going to go see if he sees them and hopefully catch the Junkanoo show. He wanted to see that. But I am enjoying my view and my air conditioning and the peace and quiet. And that is my self-care today. And that's okay. So cheers to knowing your limits and taking care of yourself, even on a cruise.
After following the ramp all the way to the end, I did find another way for good beach access. It does not involve requiring or using the ramps back and forth. So potentially you could get to the beach access if you had like a regular beach wheelchair. The dune cutout is right there. So Disney said that they were bringing beach wheelchairs from Castaway Cay. And so I'm going to go check the Serenity Bay beach area access to see if chairs have appeared. I don't think so, but I never know. So far, no beach wheelchairs have been found. I have one more area to check. Just made my way to the Serenity Beach area, and the elusive beach wheelchairs are still not here. And that's the view of the beach. Unfortunately, the elusive beach wheelchairs are not here. And unfortunately, it looks like access to the beach for people in wheelchairs is a bust today, or on the inaugural cruise of the Disney Fantasy to Lookout Point at Lighthouse something. Oh, I forgot the name already. Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. Yeah. Now for the long walk back to the ship. Today the water is not as blue as it was before. Maybe because of all the wind we have today, it'd be agitating the ocean more. Just came back from Lookout Cay, and were there beach wheelchairs available? No, they were not. It's a little bit frustrating because you go out here and try to get to it, and essentially there are no beach wheelchairs available. I did try to explore all the island I could, but I went to both ends of it, both to the family side and to the Serenity Bay side again, but I was not able to find any of the beach wheelchairs, which, I don't know, again, it's frustrating and sad because Disney said that they were going to be available. So, yeah. It happens, unfortunately. Sometimes they try to promise things, but if you're not going to have it, don't promise it. That's better than promising it and not delivering. But it is what it is, unfortunately. So right now we have left Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point, and we're headed back to Miami right now. Not Miami. I don't know where we're going. Broken out. So yeah, I would say my first impressions of it were good, but then after all the stuff that happened, the flies and all that other stuff, didn't turn out very well. But we'll see. Hopefully, as time goes on, Disney will make more improvements and get everything in order. But for right now, it was just not worth it. I would say Castaway Key is better, but right now, Castaway Key is better than Lookout Cay.
So we just got back from dinner. It is day 6 of our 7-day
Inaugural cruise
to Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. I did it right that time. If you've seen the other videos, I can't with this Key shenanigans. Okay. So, let's talk about dinner first.
Okay. Yes, dinner we were at Enchanted Garden tonight, which it's good. It's good.
Yeah, so Enchanted Garden is the 3rd restaurant in our rotation, and the theme is, it's a garden, right?
Yeah.
It's not quite any of the princesses. It has this skyline that, or like when you look up, it's like you can see the sun even though you can't, and it's daytime when you start dinner, and then it's nighttime when you finish dinner, and it's fine.
Don't the lamps open up or something?
Yeah, there's like these bulbs and they open up, and
At
like
night.
when they're open, to me they look like an elephant trunk. I don't know. I can't not see the elephant, but it's fine. It's fine. It's not the strongest theming of the restaurant, but it's pretty. It's definitely very pretty. Like it almost wants to be like Tiana colors, but it's not a Tiana themed restaurant. Like to be clear, but it kind of has like, it almost wants to, like, I don't know why they don't just like go that direction. Like it would have been easy enough to just sort of make it. Yeah. There's like a big fountain in the middle. Like it kind of has a like Southern charm thing, but it's not any particular princess or any particular IP. It's just a restaurant themed after a garden.
Okay.
So I had the shrimp jambalaya appetizer. Was fine.
Yeah, I also had the shrimp jambalaya appetizer.
And then how did you?
It was okay. It was like a nice plump shrimp. Shrimp will cook well. The jambalaya was like kind of red jambalaya sauce, not sauce, but yeah, jambalaya. Yeah. Okay.
It wasn't like particularly spiced. Like it was like jambalaya made for, the average American. Not jambalaya made for people who typically eat jambalaya. Which, right? I'm spice averse, and it was a little bland for me, right? So it was for the masses. It was jambalaya for the masses.
Okay. Yes.
And then there was this. It was a grouper.
Yes.
Yeah. So there was like a grilled grouper that we also both got, and in a dill sauce. I didn't mind it. Like it wasn't the best thing I ever ate, but it wasn't bad. He didn't like it so much. But see, would you have eaten it if you didn't order 2 dinners?
I didn't. Okay.
I just outed you. I'm
just outed me.
Well, I outed you. There's footage of 2 dinners.
Okay, all right. I didn't tell him that. I ordered 2 dinners, 1 lasagna, and 1 grouper. So yes.
Video evidence. Like
the grouper was, I don't know. The lemon dills, the sauce, just takes off for me. Mm-hmm. So I ordered a lasagna because I said, let me try the vegetable lasagna.
No, you made that sound like you ordered one, didn't like it, ordered another. That's not what happened. Tell these people the truth.
I ordered 2 things at the same time.
Thank you.
Okay.
He had a backup dinner.
Okay, so to me, the vegetable lasagna was pretty good. I think it was good. I finished it. The grouper, unfortunately, for some reason, I just did not. If I didn't order lasagna, yes, I would probably finish the grouper. But because I had a backup meal, I decided to go for the lasagna, which was which is pretty good. The vegetable lasagna wasn't very large. It was like a small, like a 2x2 square ceramic dish, white. So yeah.
Anything
So
else you want to tell them about the cutlery?
no, I think that was it. So yeah, so it was pretty good. I liked the lasagna. It was pretty good. But yeah, one thing that our server has been doing for us is giving us the menu for the next night, which allows us to preview the menu for next night and pre-order ahead. So generally, our food comes out pretty much faster because we don't have to decide the night of, oh, I want this, I want this. He already knows what we want. So as soon as we sit down at the table, bam, 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 stuff's coming out.
Okay, but he doesn't do that for everyone. You might want to explain why that's happening.
Oh, we do that because we have allergies and special dietary restrictions. So that's why they do it for us.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you have a special diet need or restriction or allergy or what have you, you let them know that and they will let you order ahead. You can actually you can pre-order breakfast, you can pre-order lunch, you can pre-order dinner, you can pre-order meals on the island, like you can pre-order all of it. I only pre-order dinners. I can usually get by with the rest of them. This morning, you probably saw I had, we went to the buffet, but I was able to order there and it took a while. It took like a half an hour extra to get my breakfast this morning. So if I knew that I was going to Cabanas and I was going to pre-order, I could have gotten it sooner, but that requires like knowing that I'm going to wake up in time in order to go to breakfast and where I'm going to go.
You don't need to get up.
Me and schedules on vacation don't work out so well. So, there's no better sleep than sleep on a cruise ship. So I very much enjoy sleeping a lot on a cruise. That's also part of it.
I did order dessert. It was a creme brulee cheesecake, which I would order again, but unfortunately it was like frozen in the center. So, which was kind of like, okay, that's fine. It's fine. But yeah. All right, so let's back to this morning.
Okay. So, Lookout Cay.
Lighthouse Cay at Lookout Point.
No, that's worse than what I said. Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. The best thing to come out of Lookout Cay are my Mickey, my Minnie, and my ears, right? Because the rest of it's been a bit of a mess, but I do still like my Bahamian Minnie and Mickey, which I will have to put on a high shelf so that my nephew doesn't steal them. I'll get him some. I'm gonna try to get him a Donald Duck on the ship. He's really into Donald right now. So tomorrow I'll be buying him a Donald, so he'll have that to play with, and not my Bahamian Mickey and Minnie. Oh, Lookout Cay. All right, so
I decided to take one for the team and brave the island, that long pier, and get to the island to see if any improvements happened. I didn't see a lot of people out there, but Brooke was saying that about 25% of the ship got off.
No, at least 25% of the ship stayed on, is what they were saying, which I don't believe. I believe those numbers are low. I believe there was a lot more people than that on this ship, based on just how many people we saw at Cabanas, how many people we saw just, about the ship, how many people we didn't see on that pier going back and forth. I think that was a lowball estimate. I think a lot more people, and a lot of people, at least from the Facebook group and the WhatsApp chat, because it's sort of two different groups. A lot of people chose to stay back, or they went out for an hour, basically did what you did, looked to see if anything's better, and then turned around and came back. Very few people ate on the island. Everyone knows about the fly infestation. So they did take some steps to make some improvements. First, when it comes to the flies, there are different stories about what Disney did to reduce the flies.
Or didn't do.
One server said that they you are using some sound technology to deter the flies. Another server said they used some chemicals to get rid of the flies. We saw them spraying down the ship, and it may have just been power washing, but we did notice fewer flies on the ship because the first day that we were in Lookout, the open decks also had a ton of flies. And the next day too, like when we went into Cove Cafe the day after we left, there were a bunch of flies in Cove Cafe too because the ship had just been attacked by flies by the sheer virtue of being in Lookout Cay. And you could see them like clinging to the ship as we were leaving. Like it was a lot, right? Like I mean, the island is fly infested. I mean, I think we can go ahead and just call it what it is. So we so for whatever reason, there were fewer flies that attached itself to the ship. There were still some, but there were fewer. And they started serving the food in a different way, and so it's covered until they're actively serving it to you, which might mean that you're just not seeing as many of the flies, but, at least you're seeing less flies. Still, a lot of people were not interested in eating that food, and I don't blame them. I would not either. No improvements to signage. They did not have the wheelchairs in as promised. Yeah. And that was, to me, that's a big deal that they didn't do that they said they would and didn't do that. I'm pretty shocked that they just
made a statement like that and then just didn't follow through with it.
Yeah.
It'd probably been better for them not to make a statement at all, rather than saying, okay, but this is what we're going to do, and don't do it. And so I basically went from one side of the island to the other. Well, after getting on the tram, of course, to the location, I went to one side of the family side, all the way over to the Serenity Bay side of the adult-only area. And I got video footage of each ramp going down looking for the beach wheelchairs. And they were not to be found.
Yeah.
I did a couple of laps looking for the food and stuff. The food was covered differently. But I did get there, unfortunately, later in the day. So after 2 o'clock or so, that's when it started shutting down. And by that time, most of the bars were still open, things like that. But
and we took our time going out there. We were hearing from between the Facebook group and the WhatsApp chat. We already kind of knew that they weren't there because other people had gone out earlier and said nope, we're not seeing anything. So we kind of made the choice of, all right, we're not going to stress ourselves trying to get out there when we're pretty confident they're not there anyway. And, not much has changed, and it just sort of soured the experience for us. So Adam went to just see what he would see, but,
I did notice a lot less flies.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was the fact that it was past lunchtime or because I saw one fly. I got video footage of it on the tram when I was going to the Serenity Bay.
It is outside. I would expect a few flies, just not the level.
Not the level as the first day. That first day, no. But on the way back, as I was coming, as soon as I got off the tram again at the entrance to the area, I saw more flies there. I do not recall seeing or feeling any flies when I was at the Goombay tram station. Goombay tram station? I think it's called Goombay tram station. Tram station. I don't remember seeing any there or feeling any there. So it's only when I got back to the entrance, the welcome center, where I noticed there was more flies there. Maybe it was just something like that, but I don't know.
They're not going to disappear overnight, right?
No.
And I'm confused as to how Disney needed 2 full ships to show up before they were able to figure out this fly issue. Whatever they did, why didn't they do that? Oh, I don't know. Before the preview, right? You have to assume they were feeding construction crews. Yeah. Were they feeding them fly-infested food? I'm very confused by this. I don't understand how they were surprised. Like, these are very smart people. I don't understand how they were surprised by any of this. I don't understand how they were surprised that people wouldn't want fly infested food, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that could, right? Like, so I'm just really puzzled by this whole thing. And then when you add into it the accessibility piece, I'm
disappointing.
left
It's disappointing because
confused.
generally Disney's on top of, and they do a lot of things very well. They do when they plan things out, they go and they do it. It's like this time they had either, I want to say like an intern doing it or something, or I don't know. It just seems like
I mean, the project was started by Joe freaking Rohde. Like, I just don't even understand.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the problem. He left and it all fell apart, I guess.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So, but today was disappointing in terms of they didn't finish up what they started. I don't know how many more sailings it's going to take for them to get the beach wheelchairs, get beach access, because they have supposedly beach access for accessible, but not really. I have footage of like you have to go over sand and walk up some steps, go down some steps. It's not.
And here's the thing. At the bottom of the ramps, there's nowhere to leave your chair without blocking the ramps. Which means you're not going to be able to, like, when I first like understood what they were doing, I was like, oh, okay, well, if they put the beach wheelchair at the bottom of the ramp, then you could transfer into the wheelchair and then, push the person just like the little bit on the beach. No. Because
it's like at the bottom,
there's no space at the bottom of the ramp. So you're going to have to transfer way up at the top, right? And then, and not just like at the top of the ramp, but like in the center, like where the food courts are, right? Because that's the only place where there's going to be space for you to leave a wheelchair in an aisle and still. So you're going to be leaving the wheelchair way out of your sight lines. So like definitely don't leave anything on your chair, and if you can lock it so nobody like takes it for a joyride, the whole thing. And then you're going to have to push the person quite a ways.
Yeah.
Right now, a lot of it's going to be on, sort of the flat ramp, so that'll be good. But then you're going to have to push them downhill,
then uphill,
hoping they don't fall out. Like, are they putting seatbelts on those things? Because pushing somebody down, and especially if they don't have trunk control. Like, I mean, it just seems like it's going to be a lot.
Yeah. So it may take a couple more sailings, if not several months, for them to fix it. And they'll fix it eventually.
I hope it doesn't take somebody falling out of the stupid wheelchairs on the thing because they've set it up poorly for them to figure it out. I'm honestly hurt. Is somebody going to get hurt before they figure this out? Because I'm not seeing that, or you're going to have to take them down backwards. And then you're going to be walking a really long way backwards down a ramp.
They'll fix it. They'll fix it. I know it's.
The more I think about it, the more it stresses me out. Like,
so
what are they even thinking? Like, this just seems so poorly planned.
If you have decided to try your luck, I would say, don't try to book any cabanas or anything like that. Just stay tuned to other channels and things like that, and they'll probably give you updates and stuff. What's going on? But right now,
I would say if you're going Disney Cruise Line in the next year, look for sailings with Castaway and other places. Don't come here. Don't come here. That's if you're in a wheelchair or your family's in a wheelchair and you're trying to find a Disney Cruise Line, like I'm not, Disney Cruise Line, they do a great job. The ship itself is wonderful. If you want a mostly ship-centric trip, which we do a lot. I mean, being on the ship is in itself a whole destination, and sometimes that's all we're looking for. If you're looking for that, fine. Don't even worry about it. But if you want a beach stay,
Castaway, Key,
find an itinerary with Castaway. Leave Lookout alone for a while. It's not ready for you. Yeah. And I hate to say that, but it's just not. It's not ready. It's not suitable for people with disabilities. That's just the bottom line. Right. And that's it kind of makes me sick saying that, but I
Yeah, we
can't
love Disney.
recommend
We love Disney,
somebody with a
but-
disability come here, like for the purpose of coming here. You know, like if this is a stop that you're going to treat the way we treat Nassau, sure, right? Because you want to stay on the ship.
Yeah.
But and certainly if you're paying extra to be on a sailing that comes, oh no, definitely do, because you know the sailings that are coming to Lighthouse are going to be a little more expensive. Don't. It's not worth that extra pay, that
No, not
extra
right
money.
now. Not right
Definitely not now. You know, unless they start like deeply discounting because everybody renames it Fly Island, like, you know,
Oh
nope,
my gosh,
don't
yeah.
do it.
So
Don't do
yeah,
it.
so
If
again,
you're able-bodied and you like adventure, this seems like it's great. Some people went on the nature trails. By the way, there will eventually, allegedly, be an accessible nature trail, but guess what? It's not ready yet.
Yeah.
So, you know, you don't have that either, right? So if you are able-bodied and like adventure, want to do some hiking, want to see some crabs and all kinds of nature and you know, don't mind if the flies are all flying all over your food, or you're okay with eating on the ship, because that's really just eat on the ship, then sure, this is fine, right?
Okay.
If you want to have a family beach day and you know that like the food just might be an issue, but again, everybody's able-bodied and you're able to have a good time and you don't need accommodations, fine. This is great. Everybody can open a door independently and nobody's going to get themselves trapped in a bathroom and you don't have to worry about any of that.
Yeah.
Great. Go ahead and come. Have fun. Enjoy. Just keep, you know, keep watching videos to see if they fix this fly thing with the food or eat on the ship.
Yeah.
It's like, because I mean, the beaches are beautiful. They're allegedly getting more beach chairs. Now, here's something I'm going to be watching for. Which comes first? The beach wheelchairs or the loungers? I bet you the loungers come first.
Yeah.
They better be on the same truck or else I'm going to be mad. But,
Yeah.
you know, so if you're able-bodied, sure. But if you need any kind of accommodation, don't pay extra for this
Don't
mess.
pay. No, not right now. Not right now.
Give it a year. Give it a year. Maybe they'll get their act together, because this is just not acceptable. And I plan to go talk to guest services tomorrow and see what they have to say for themselves. I will report back if they say anything useful. But honestly,
Right now, no.
this is just wow. Like the more I think about it, the more I'm like, what were they thinking?
Yeah, just take a. Okay.
Sorry.
Well, that was our take on happened at Lighthouse Point at Lookout Cay. So
Would I still cruise Disney Cruise Line? Yes.
we'll still go to Disney World or Disneyland.
Am I nervous
Yes.
about our upcoming trips? Also, yes.
So
Also, yes. Between this, the DAS Pass, there's just been a couple of things lately that Disney, you're making me nervous.
yeah.
I've always told people that Disney is our safe place. It's the place where we go because I know that we're going to be taken care of. And this trip has put doubt in my mind about that. And that is making me anxious and pretty disappointed. But I'm going to give them a chance to redeem themselves.
Yes.
But, yeah, I don't know that I'm going to be rushing to book. And I mean, we have two already booked. I don't know that I'm going to be rushing to book more until I see what's happening here.
Okay.
So, but, that's
If
if
you were
you have
on this
disabilities.
cruise with us,
yeah, if you're on this cruise and you have thoughts, please share it in the comments.
yeah, should have
Love
come
to hear from you.
Yeah, because everybody's experience may be different. It's different, so.
And who knows? Maybe tomorrow they'll make me feel better. But right now,
Yeah. Okay.
right now I'm just gonna focus on my Minnie Mouse with her Bahamian dress made by a Bahamian designer, and enjoy that I'm supporting a Bahamian designer.
Yes. So until next time, stay strong, stay creative.
And keep exploring. We'll see you in the next video.